A poisonous, deadly gas could be lurking in your home and you don't even know it. We're talking about radon, and it is the second leading cause of cancer deaths every year.
Now, radon is an invisible, odorless gas that seeps into homes from the ground.
Radon is a radioactive substance known for causing lung cancer.
Too much exposure to radon can lead to cancer.
A radon mitigation system.
High radon levels in the home you want or own. What should you do?
Radon
Cancer.
The radioactive
Invisible,
Poisonous,
odorless
substance.
mitigation.
deadly gas.
Radon was discovered in the 1900s by the German physician Frederick Ernst Dorn. It was the fifth radioactive element to be discovered at that time. Dorn demonstrated that the new radioactive gas arose from the decomposition of radon. He called the gas radium exhalation, but in 1910, two men by the name Sir William Ramsay and Robert Whitelaw Gray succeeded in isolating radon and measuring its density and weight. It was discovered that it was one of the heaviest naturally occurring kinds of gas, and they decided to rename the newfound substance to niton. But that name only remained till 1923, as the Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry decided to change it to radon. The harmful effects of radon have been known since the 1500s, where mine workers who worked in badly ventilated mines were often exposed to high quantities of the deadly gas. It was later discovered that these workers developed breathing problems and withered away to what was then known as mountain sickness. In 1879, this mountain sickness, which many mine workers suffered from, was identified as lung cancer.
But this begs the question. What is radon? Radon is an unstable radionuclide that disintegrates to short-lived decay products before eventually reaching the end product of stable lead. The short-lived decay products of radon are responsible for most of the hazards caused by inhalation. Radon and its decay products, called either radon daughters or radon progeny, emit highly ionizing alpha radiations. Decay products are suspended in the air, which we breathe. Although in the open the risk is very low when radon is diluted to extremely low concentrations, where radon in room air typically contributes up to 50% of the background radiation. However, it can accumulate up to dangerous concentrations in places such as caves and mines, which may cause substantial health damage after long-term exposure. Radon can also be found in drinking water, which can also present a hazard. Certain types of geology, such as aluminum shapes, as well as granite and volcanic soils, are more likely to contain radon. Enormously low concentrations of the gas are expected from sedimentary rocks. But what are its properties? Radon is a naturally occurring gas and is number 86 on the periodic table. The substance is defined as a colorless, odorless, unstable radioactive substance. The most stable radon is isotope 222. But what are isotopes? Isotopes are just the amount of protons that are in a specific element. For example, helium has two stable isotopes. Radon occurs when uranium veins underground go through the process of going through both alpha and beta decay. Alpha decay is when an unstable substance loses. So if you have uranium and it goes through alpha decay, then it becomes thorium, then radium, and finally radon. On the other hand, beta decay is the same, only it looks more like this. This takes time, but is measured by half-time. What is half-time? Half-time is half the time it takes for an element to decay. So let's say you have 10 milligrams of uranium and measure the time it takes for half the uranium to decay. Then you would have 5 milligrams of uranium and the half-time of uranium. Let's say that we have 64 kilograms of Spider-Man and he doesn't feel so good. So he starts decaying at a rate of 20 kilograms per second. Then it would take 1.7 seconds for us to have half of Spider-Man, which then the half-time of Spider-Man would be 1.7 seconds. But unlike Spider-Man, radon isotope 222 has a half-time of 3.8 days, so as it builds up, it will stay as is for a long time. But radon is categorized as noble gas, and noble gases don't react with any element. So why can radon cause cancer? As you inhale radon particles, they don't exactly interact with your cells, but they rather decay and radiate. Radiation is an emission or transmission of energy in the form of waves or particles, affecting your cells and messing up with your DNA, which causes cancer. But how does radon enter houses? Radon enters houses mostly through the ground, through cracks in concrete floors and walls, through gaps between floor slabs and around drain pipes, as well as small pores of hollow block wall. Therefore, radon levels are usually higher in the basement or ground floors. The concentration of radon indoors depends on numerous factors that vary with the time of year, from day to day and hour to hour. Because of this time variation, reliable measurements of mean concentrations in air should be made for at least 3 months, and the level of radon in homes can be measured with a simple device that is returned to the testing company to interpret the results. 95% of exposure to radon is from indoor air, and about 1% of that is from drinking water sources, where only 0.1% of that exposure is from swallowing drinking water contaminated with radon gas. Most of that 1% is from inhalation of radon gases released when running water activities such as bathing, showering, or cleaning. Although the effects of ingesting radon are not fully understood, calculations suggest that the great majority of the radiation dose from such exposure is in the stomach. In many countries, some homes obtain drinking water from groundwater sources such as springs, wells, adits, and boreholes, and because of that volatility, radon contamination occurs primarily in groundwater sources. When underground, this water often moves through rocks containing natural uranium that releases radon to the water, which is why water from wells normally have much higher concentrations of radon than surface water such as rivers, lakes, and streams. Alright, I think that's pretty much it. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys learned something new. I definitely learned something new, and I didn't know this much about radon until I made this video. Before I end this, I want to just say, I think we could expand research on radon. For example, what do we not know about radon? Is there a lot of it in space? You know, that's something to think about, maybe. There was a couple things that didn't make it in the video. Primarily because I didn't know where to put it, but I'll just so we did a survey on 100 people, and only 21 out of 100 were familiar with radon. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. Have a good one.
So what do you want to be when you grow up?
Michael Jackson. I just wanna throw my hands. I just wanna mic with a stand. I just wanna catch one glance. I just wanna see you dance, girl. I just wanna shine like Mike. I might moonwalk on sight. I just wanna ride my bike. And if you don't mind, we can ride all night. Talk to me.